Hello, friends, and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you for joining me today. We are working on our pumpkin sitting quilt pattern. This is the pattern that was in our 2025 Fat Quarter Shops Spooky Box. We are trying to assemble the pumpkins today. What I have to do is make a lot of half square triangles again. Currently what we have done is we have two of our stem units. That's our stem and leaf unit. And we have 32 orange and white half square triangles. Today what we're going to be doing is 56 black and orange half square triangles, and I'm hoping to be able to get all of these done and get our pumpkins assembled. Or our orange pumpkins assembled. Now it tells me to press everything open. I'm not pressing open. What I'm doing is my orange pumpkins are going to be pressed towards the outer rows or outer columns of it, because it's 3 columns for each pumpkin, and the black ones are going to be pressed towards the inside. So let's get to it. I've got to lay my pattern here where I can see it. So orange pumpkin assembly is our goal today. Will we hit it? Hopefully. Hopefully. So I already have my black squares and my orange squares cut out. I did go ahead and mark these because I do not want to have to guess where I am to be stitching on this. So I'm taking the guesswork out. So good Sunday morning to everyone. This is our sampler Sunday. That's what we're calling it. Even though this is not a sampler, it did come out of a Fat Quarter Shop box. We may even be able to call this a subscription box Sunday, but we are working out of our subscription boxes this month. We are doing the Creative Notions subscription box for our Saturday sew along in the month of October. And in the, that's on our Saturdays. And our Sundays is our Fat Quarter Shop Spooky Box. I would like to get this finished before the end of the month, even though I'm probably going to end up quilting this one myself. I do have some quilt designs on my machine, and I have had that Me Time subscription or Me Time Delivered subscription, and it had some quilting designs in it. So I know I can get those designs if I want to see what I want to do on this quilt. And I may or may not. I don't know. I may do a straight line quilting. I may do a quilting design. But if I do a quilting design, I will have to put my module on my machine. And it's back here behind a box of project boxes. This box right here has got project boxes in it now. It used to have unfinished projects, which it still has some in there from a year ago. I got the oldest one out of there with my Craftsman. That quilt is now done. $100% complete. It is a completion. Now this asked for, I'm making 56 total. Let me see, do I need some black squares? I don't know that I'll need any of these, but however many of these there is how many I'm going to be using. Because we have 7 of each orange print. And I can't even recall how many of the black squares I cut out. So we are just going to sew whatever we can. Now, I did not try to fussy cut any of these. So on this one here, it has a skeleton, and the skeleton's head is ending up right in the middle. So it's going to be cut off. But I'm mainly just using this for the color of the fabric. It's not going to be like a fussy cut situation where I'm trying to get a design there, because I don't particularly care about Halloween designs. I like pumpkins and I like scarecrows, but I don't like the skeletons and things, skulls and things. I don't like those. I like fun, whimsical designs, but not necessarily Halloween. I mean, I like the cats. I don't know. I'm not even going to say witches, because I don't know. It just don't sit well with me, because I like the colors. I don't really do the Halloween, because Halloween is a day. I like to do a season. And I've already put my fall harvest things out, which can carry all the way through until I decorate for Christmas or winter. I will do winter decorations, and they'll stay up until March. Because for Valentine's Day, I'll just put I'll put really like a cutesy little door hanger up. And that's really about all I do for Valentine's Day. Christmas is the only holiday that I really decorate for. Everything else is a season. It's things that I can leave up for months at a time. Well, I left Christmas. I still have some Christmas up. I don't have a lot up. I have like candles and a couple photos, and the photo frame is like a Christmas photo frame. But my candles, I could use them anytime. They're on white candle stands, and they're red candles. So I could actually use those any time of year, because I like using red for the fall too. Mix red with leaves and pumpkins and things like that. It's really pretty if you do that. Reds and golds, because those reds go real good with like gold leaves. But we're just making quick work of our half square triangles. Now, the thing that takes me the longest with half square triangles is trimming them up and pressing them. Because when I trim up a half square triangle, I just use a ruler. I use this actually. It's got that line that goes all the way across the center. It's a Creative Grids ruler. I leave my half square triangles sewn together. I mean, closed up. And I'll cut it through the center of the square. To make two. And when I get those two triangles, that when pressed open, they're half square triangles, I will lay the stitch line on the 1/4 inch mark. And I just look to Let me think. How do I do it? No, I lay the stitch line on that diagonal line that goes all the way across the ruler. I have to think about that for a second. How do I do it? And I keep saying I'm going to make a video. I may do a short for you guys to see how I do that. It's real easy. And when you press it out, it is perfect. It's spot on. Because your stitch line is two of the corners. So if you lay that stitch line right on that diagonal line and then move it where you need it for size, you know, on the bottom and the side, they'll come out perfect. That's why I don't worry too much when I'm sewing them if my fabrics are exactly matched up in the same size, because that's not going to matter on the outer edge, because you do normally trim some on that outer edge. And I like how Fat Quarter Shop does it. They have you cut your squares a little bit bigger than what your half square triangle is going to end up being. They'll have you cut it maybe like 1/2 inch. But that takes into account for the 1/4 inch that you lose on each side, you know, when it is stitched. But we're going to make quick work of this. And when we come back, I'm going to have all of these trimmed, pressed, and we will start assembly on that. But I've got to do both sides of these half square triangles. So right now it's just a matter of laying them down, lining up, and sewing on that marked line. And guys, I think my husband, he's on his way in actually. He told me it's Saturday. It's Saturday morning. And he sent me a message Friday night telling, a voice message telling me that he found out he was going to be able to come in Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And go back on Tuesday. But he also told me that he hurt himself again at work last night. That he tore a tendon or a muscle in the back of his leg. So that's not good. Oh no, I hit that thread cutter. Oh, I don't like it when I hit that thread cutter. Even though it did let go of my thread. I don't know what my bottom thread looks like though. But I'm trimming these apart so I can actually sew the other side. I could leave them together, but that just makes it a mess for me. It makes it harder for me to sew, because then I have to keep everything, you know, turn the right direction and all that. I don't need that. So here we are, starting on our left side of our half square triangle. And that marked line, I just center it up on the center line of the machine, and it works great. You can, if you feel like you need to go just on the inside of that stitch line, that's fine as well, because you will be trimming these down to the size that you need. I think my husband is here. If he is, he'll come in the door. I think I left the door unlocked for him. I flipped this one around. It's just easier for me to have the line to the right of me. And I don't know if it's easier or if it's just habit for me. But I can get a little bit on the inside of that drawn line. Because you know, when you draw a line, it's not exactly at that 1/4 of an inch, because the edge of the ruler is right at a 1/4 of an inch. But when you mark, you're marking on the outside edge of that ruler. So that's why I like to stitch just on the inside of that line. I mean, I may be even stitching on the line, but it's going to be just on the inside of it. But we're going to go on and get these sewn up. Trim apart, trim down, and press. And then I will be right back, friends. Well, friends, I am back. I have my orange and black half square triangles. I have only cut and pressed what I need to do, one block. We're going to make this a quick one today because my husband did get in, and he does need my help because he hurt himself at work last night. They think he tore something in the back of his leg. I don't know what's going on with him here recently. I am needing to make the block. I need to get 4 of the white and orange half square triangles, and I'm going to get 1 of each print. And I actually think that's what they did on the pattern. They just got 1 of each print, and I got 2 of each print in our smaller squares and 1 large center. So we're going to do each row. We're going to do the top row, the middle row, and then the bottom row, and then we will put them all together. So let me get these down off my machine. So it takes 8 orange and black half square triangles, 4 white and orange half square triangles, 8 smaller squares, and 1 large square to make 1 pumpkin. I'm only going to be making the 1 pumpkin. Let me see. I am making an orange, and it does require a stem and leaf, but I'm not going to put that on yet. So let's just get started. We need an orange and white half square triangle, and then we need a solid square, a solid square, not a triangle. Right now, my husband is asleep. They told him all he needs to do is ibuprofen and Tylenol. And I'm like, that is just the craziest thing. I told him he needed to go to a real doctor because that company doctor is just trying to keep him from suing them or something, because this is ridiculous that he hurt himself like he did, and they're not wanting to do anything. He said he stepped and missed the platform, and he told me, he said, I go across this platform probably 100 times a night. I think he said it like that. I know he goes across this platform a lot. He was doing his checks before he was to leave. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't before he was to leave, because I think he does checks like middle shift too. And he said that he stepped and something happened. It's apparent something happened, and it's whatever happened is not good. Okay, so this is the first row, and I'm going to just sew. I'm going to do the 2 pieces all the way. Now on the second row, it's going to be worked a little different. Like you have 2 squares that you put top to bottom. So let me just get 2 squares. I don't remember which one I used, but we'll use this and a little ghost one there. Because now what we're having to do is put them up. Instead of going straight across, we're having to do some up and down, because our larger square is bigger than, of course, our little square. So it takes 2 little squares to do a large square. And we have to do 2 half square, orange and black half square triangles. So I have to make sure I am putting those together correctly. I don't know what I've used. I don't guess it really matters. But we got to put 2 of these together. But anyway, my husband is now asleep. He asked if I had any Tylenol or ibuprofen, and I don't. I don't keep that at the house. I have some at work, because I am mainly at work. Then we have our A, and I can do that in a bit. And then I have another orange and black half square triangle I need to do. And what I'm doing, I'm on my half square triangles, you sew it on the orange side, but you make sure you're lined up so you make that V. They look like flying geese, but they're not. They're half square triangles. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. Because I really, when I saw the pattern, I was like, oh no, it's half square triangles. But then when I started looking at it, I was like, no, it's not. I'm happy about that. No, it's not. Okay, I need to use one of these and one of these. We're just going to, it doesn't matter which one I use. Oh, let's make him stand up. Because one's going to go on one side and one's going to go on the other side. Okay, so now, oh, my little ghosties are going to go upside down. Well, you know, that's kind of what they do. That's just kind of what they do. Sounded like I had somebody in here. I may have a kitty cat hid behind here, guys. Then I've got to use my last 2 half square triangles. We're going to make that V. Now, yes, I know this is a very short video, but guys, I've got plans tonight. It is Saturday evening. It was early Saturday when I was talking to you. My husband got in probably about 12:30. We have a hockey game tonight that we're going to. I'm taking my dad. And my sister has the tickets for us, so we just have to get our tickets from her. I am a hockey fan, but I can't tell you about any of the teams or any of that. That does not interest me at all. I don't care to learn about teams. I just like watching it. I mean, unfortunately, what I like watching is when they start fighting. Y'all know, you got to watch a good fight in a hockey game. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is press all of these open, I guess. I'm looking to see if we have anything that's going to be, all I see is where the side pieces of the center row. That's the only ones that I see that may need to nest. So where I have 2 pieces, and honestly, I can press them the same exact way and just flip one of them. So I'm going to start pressing these and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I have all of my rows pressed. So what I am doing now is assembling the rows together. I'm going to do 2 at a time. So that means I will have one piece that is still left over here waiting for me to pull these off of the machine. So I have this one waiting, and the next 2 I have are these. This is where we start making our star that is in the middle. And of course I am going to pin this together. Make sure that seam nested really well. Try not to hit that pin because I do have a new needle in my machine. Because I don't know why, but somehow I just kept on running over pins the other day. Well, I guess it was yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah, my days are running into one another right now. Because I didn't sew for almost all week. All this past week I didn't sew, and then I sewed on Friday and today, which is Saturday. Y'all are seeing this Sunday. This is our sampler Sunday where we are pulling out a fat quarter shop box or whatever you got, a subscription box, and getting it done. We've got to work our subscription boxes out of our stash here. I was thinking about destashing some more of my subscription boxes, and I know some people wouldn't mind that at all. And I will have to go through them and decide which ones I really, really want to keep. Because there's so many that I just think are fabulous. But I have to be realistic. How many of them am I actually going to work? That's the question. Okay, friends, I'm going to go in and press these out again. I want to make sure I'm pressing everything as I go, so there is no issues putting it all together. Alrighty, friends, we have those pressed, and we're starting by adding our last piece on the top and bottom row and the center piece on the center row. And then we will assemble those 3 together. I'm hoping I'm pressing things in the correct direction for everything to nest. That could be a problem. But, at this point, it is what it is, and we just do what we can do. Okay, so our center row is going to be put together like this. We're going to have the star going around the outside of that middle square. Now when we do our black pumpkins, I think they're going to be the opposite. They'll have maybe orange around the center. I am going to have what is it called? A catch-up day here though, because I am not able to finish all of these steps that I need to get done. Like here, I'm only going to show you one. Well, I still have 6 other pumpkins I need to make. So, however we have to do them, I may do a catch-up day. Because I have some things that I want to finish up. And that's that's the goal. Okay, so instead of pressing this one here, I'm just going to go on, well, that one's ready to press. The one that has the stars on the side is the one we need to be putting together now. So probably what I will start doing is doing some catching up during the middle of the week. So if you just need a little bit of encouragement during the week to do some sewing, hey, I'm here for you. So now let's get this put together. That's going to be our bottom one. So let's see if we can go on and get that pinned together. Make sure all of these seams nest that need to nest. It's never pretty when you're supposed to have nested seams that come together and make a perfect little cross right there in the middle, and they don't. Mine come out like that sometimes, guys, even if I pin them. So don't stress over it. You know, gives it character. Okay, these two are pressed the same exact direction. When I have something that is pressed the same direction, I put that pin right in that seam. And these will nest. So this is our very first pumpkin. We need to make 7 of them. So I will have 6 more of these to make. And I will probably make those 6 on a catch-up day. Okay, so that is our second and third row put together. I did it from the bottom instead of the top. That first one looks like things kind of went together pretty good there. So now we're putting that top row on and pinning up. So guys, I hope you have something going on today, that you're sewing something. Hey, if you're not, that's fine too. Sit, relax, rest. It is your day of rest anyway. I tell you what, on Sundays, I could sleep all day. I try to get me some rest in. Well, that half square triangle there's got some thickness to that edge, so. And yeah, it is such a beautiful day here. I looked at the temp again. And I mean, it gets warm during the day. But we are having just the most beautiful temperatures right now. I mean, this is the kind of temperature that you want to have you a little bonfire at night, because it's starting to get cool enough in the evening time to have a little bonfire going. And we do that a lot here. We have a lot of bonfires. Now, we have to be careful to make sure it's not real dry. But at my sister's house, they have a bonfire area that nothing can catch on fire there. They have no grass where that is. It's all little gravel stuff. It's an area specifically built for a fire pit. Okay, I am going to press this, and then we're going to come back and look at it, and we will have our very first pumpkin block. Well, y'all, look what we have done. We have got 1 pumpkin block completed. I have 6 more to make, but I think I'm going to do that on a catch-up video during the middle of the week, because, guys, for y'all to see, this is just so y'all can see one of the blocks and how they come out, and isn't that beautiful. I love that. Beautiful. So I will do, it says I'll make 7 of these. Am I making, yes, I will be making 7 of the orange pumpkins. So friends, this is beautiful. I love this. I love these pumpkins. I love a quilty pumpkin because I think, you know, it's quilting and it's fallish. So I love that. That is so pretty to me. But guys, give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.